In getting your head around the thought of living in a bamboo home, I think what has made the difference for people isn't anything that we've said, it's the experience of stepping into the structures that we've built. Our hidden agenda is that they feel like they're more connected to the world around them and to each other in that space than in any other space. I am Canadian, but I grew up in Bali from when I was a baby. And my parents raised me here until I was about 14. And then I moved to the States for my education. And then I worked in New York for about 5 years before finally feeling the pull to come back to Bali. What I did see happening back here in Bali was that my dad and stepmom had just built the Green School. When I came back to Bali and I saw the building of the heart of school at Green School, it just made sense that that was worthy of spending time on. There needed to be more of that. The Ibuku team originated out of the group of people who had come together to create the Green School campus. There were local craftsmen, a builder from South America, an artist from the States. My dad, John, was from a jewelry background. And together they just came up with this whole new way to think about space and to create a building. In founding the school, my dad and stepmom called it the Green School, and so that was a very high stand. And then in choosing what material, Dad just felt like bamboo was an offering to the future. Bamboo was a promise to the kids that there could be a bountiful future. In the past 9 years together, since the Green School was built, we've created over 90 unique buildings. And those range from elaborate private homes like Sharma Springs and the homes at Green Village, all the way to beautiful little like yoga pavilions and other like tiny things. Now we are working much more often we are working on like the entire master plan of a space, like creating an entire campus or beach club. And in there is an opportunity to really like open up a new world for people. People talk about having a sense, just like, I think often just a sense of wonder and a sense of possibility and hopefulness. Sometimes I see myself thinking, oh, as the boss, I should do it this way. I should try to say it that way or sound this way. And I think those are mostly based on templates that are masculine. And I have to remember to actually stop and say, well, how do I think I can get this done? You know, when it's your company, you have to do anything and everything that it takes. And you have to really refine your radar and your instinct for what needs your attention. And that's really hard in the context of just the daily grind and the daily movements of a team and a company. But really, I'd say that that's the core responsibility of the owner and leader. It's a long string of ups and downs. It's a long string of challenges which in the moment are almost not worth it, but then somehow are. That's just the journey of it. It's incredibly difficult. And it's also holds the potential to be something amazing. It'll be a whole other world to work in the way that we do in the rest of the world. Some of the projects that I'm working on aren't entirely bamboo or aren't even primarily bamboo. And some of them are in places where there's just other natural materials that are more suitable. And I love the challenge of that, and I love the possibilities of that. But how do you connect it back to what really you can feel good about? Like, I feel so good about building with bamboo because of what an amazing practical resource it is, that it grows in just 3 years and that it has its own strength and beauty. So how do I pull that feeling and translate it into our projects that are mixed with other natural materials and have other needs in other places?